CJ's just going, it fucking reeks of bacon round here.
She was dancing in front of me and I was DJing vinyl and the tune skipped mid-mix and I went, will you just stop dancing?
Half 11 that night, just knocking the shit out on the side of the M1. All the wagon drivers are going past me.
Turn off the cast.
Once again. Now then, guys, welcome to another episode of the Smogcast. As you can see, we are in a new space. Big shout out to the boys for that. We've got an unbelievable guest this week. We've got one of our boys back home from Smoggyland. We've got the Jakey Sutherland, aka Big Bird, aka Kegger, aka Top Shagger. How you doing, mate?
Alright, thanks for having me on, boys.
It's all good, mate. It's all good. We're gonna have a good chat with you. Yeah. You're up to a lot these days, aren't
you,
mate?
Mate, busy man. Like I say, obviously I've started pushing the YouTube a bit. Mainly the biking at the minute, but I do want to start pushing a lot of other content. Obviously, I've got the likes of, obviously I've stupidly one night had a few drinks, bought a Merc, 1990s Merc.
As you
what
do.
The fuck? No, not what as you do. Who the fuck does that? So bought it from a lovely bloke. He was in Dorset, so I had to get it transferred up here on a vehicle carrier. So that was 400 bar.
What, just for the transport?
Just for the transport. Yeah. So I paid 1,500 for the Merc, 400 to get it here, and then it's just sat in work and died. So it's only been in the last week where I've then...
What, the batteries died?
No, so basically a fuel pump relay that fires the fuel pump. Fuel pump's kicked in, car's running, it wasn't. So I sorted that out last week and now, yeah, all hunky-dory. So that's going to be one thing that I do want to push that content. And then, like I said, stuff like... Obviously, I've got a camper van. I go away in the camper van a lot, so I want to sort of push that side of the content and whatever else, like camping trips. Obviously, I went to Northumberland not long ago, Bamber Castle. Nice. So got the drone out there, and that was immense. But like, I at the minute with the YouTube, like you say, like yourselves will know, you need to niche down when you're small. Mm-hmm. So by me then pushing camping trips, I try to incorporate a bit to my biking videos every time, but like I said, the camping trips I do like loving. It's even if it's just a little 3-minute video of Bamber Castle or whatever. But like, would people watch that? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I need to factor into that.
Mate, you know, because some of the stuff I watch on YouTube, it's fucking like I watch some mad stuff. Me, you know, like you know, like people like random blokes, mate. Like they'll just go into the woods on their own in the winter, start chopping there for a week, start chopping things down and start building things. And it's just peaceful, like that's why I watch it.
I've seen that guy.
I just watch it, but there's loads, you know. Yeah. Like, and I just think like these people have got like millions of followers, and I'm like, I'm not the only weirdos watching this. I'm not saying like it's weird to watch it, but like until you first watch it, you don't think that it's a thing.
I've done that before though, mate. Like I said, with a camper van, like I seen this guy who got a VW camper and literally just filmed himself, pulls up like to a nice little place, just filmed himself cooking his tea, getting into his fucking sleeping bag, wakes up the next morning filming himself, and I'm like, it's cool as hell, but I'm like, I wish I was doing that, you know?
It's good, isn't it? Like the bloke I've watched a few times, like he goes with his dog. I think he might be like Canada or something. Like it's out them ways, either that or like proper North America, and like. He'd be out there for like 5-6 days. He'll like make like a little tree house or like he'll make like a little like hut or whatever, and then he just camps there for a few days in the snow and that. And I'm just like, it's fucking mad as fuck.
Seen that guy who makes like this thing out of all cling film?
Yeah.
So he makes like a proper like hut in the middle of the thing. Obviously, like he chops a few trees down, so he's got a space. He's got like 4 main trees. He wraps like loads of cling film round of it, makes like this little roof over. But you know, because the way cling film, it's
one of the people I watch it.
Oh yeah.
Where he makes the little shower.
Yeah, mate.
It's like he makes the thing. He makes the thing right. He wraps it in like cling film, and then like puts like a fire stove in there. So like obviously when the steam's coming off the pan, it's like making the little like thing he's made like into like a sauna steaming thing, and like he has a shower in there and that.
So when you're talking about obviously the biking and all that stuff, how did you get into that?
Biking, mate, I've always been a BMXer, like a big time BMXer. That was my thing growing up.
Matt Hoffman and that.
Yeah, giddy up. R.I.P. I think he's dead, isn't he? Don't know.
Just in case.
I'll clip it if not. No, but like I say, it's always been a passion of mine, biking. I think obviously we started DJing 17, 18-year-old sort of thing and drifted away from it. And then I bought a BMX again, but then again fell back into, because it's the wrong word to say, but then got back into like the party scene again and sacked that off again. And then finally on the back of lockdown, I bought as lockdown kicked in, I bought like a cross country bike there, and I started doing like marathon bike rides, 26 miles, just like spinning the legs, not anything like strenuous to downhill wise. And then my mate Chrissy started making me go over Hampstead Forest with him, and that was it. I was hooked. So as you do,
it's downhill.
Downhill, mate. And like I say, I was on an XC bike. So for those who don't know, like your suspension, it literally is what makes the bike. So an XC bike, you'll have 80 mil of suspension travel, whereas a downhill rig, you've got 210. So you tell the difference. Like you smashing off a rock, it's either your ankles will blow out on an XC bike, or you'll just breeze over it on a downhill rig. So
just take some smooth.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna sit forward next. I can't see.
Sorry,
you
mate. Yeah, I'll sit a bit as well.
Oh, good.
But like I say, so for that example, like I was miles behind the pack on that XC bike. You buy a normal, like a proper mountain bike, and you're riding it. Do you know what I mean?
Wait,
you're
so
with them.
you were driving the bike that you shouldn't have been doing.
Yes,
which could have blew your ankles out.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking like way out in the sticks there, sort of thing. But like again, if you had. Say for example, I'm meant to be going to Danny Art's downhill park tomorrow. If I was to do that on like a hardtail bike where it doesn't have rear suspension, like you say, you are most likely gonna.
Well, will they still let you go on?
Yeah, right they will, because
they just like it's up to you.
Yeah. So they do say like the people who ride the hardtails, they're probably the best riders on the Bravado that they don't have that such suspension. They can't. Like, say if I've done a jump and I've bucked myself or whatever, as I've landed, you don't have that breeze of the suspension. With a hardtail, it's just boom.
Well,
so
you need to get it sweet.
Yeah, exactly. So you become a better rider that way. So, yeah. But like I say, the biking, mate, it's always been a massive passion of mine, and I'm just glad now that I put it as my goals to start this year, start a YouTube channel regardless. Obviously, we're all busy lads. We have good hobbies, passions, all of us, do you know what I mean? So what we do, like, it's worth videoing, putting out there. So here we all are.
How are you finding the YouTube channel then? Like, as like from that perspective of like growing it and growing an audience, like so far?
Like you say, trying to grow an audience, it's weird because I'm trying to push more like the mountain bike content, but like I said, incorporate other sections of. I'll be open and honest, like my viewer retention on my videos is like 3 minutes, and that's start of the video to them switching off just as I start to get on the bike, when it like because of what I put at the start. So
because it shows you where people are watching the most, where it goes
exactly, the spikes and whatnot. So like I say, that's what the last video I tried to keep it as close to the biking as possible from the start of the video, so that mitigated that. Because I think the second to last video I'd done, which was the first day of that Sheffield trip, I'd done like a full intro where it was like 3 minutes of us going around the campsite, because the campsite was absolutely off it, mate. This Houghtonville, we were all calling it, mate. Gypsy campsite, middle of Rotherham, mate. Rough as toast. So
wasn't there a wedding kicking off?
Wedding kicking, mate. Like say, waltzers were going, and it's like we were in a field. Do you know what I mean? It was mad. So
that sounds off it that night, doesn't it?
But like I say, on the night it was just booze everywhere, and they were like, me mate kept.
Is that party in the marquee?
Yeah, exactly. And like, I can't remember where we were going with that from the start. But again, so. Oh, sorry lads.
No, it's alright, mate.
You lose your trail of thought.
Yeah, you can't do no, it's all good, mate. But one thing I was going to say though, obviously, like go back to like the bike ride and all that sort of stuff. Like, how scary is it going down them trails?
I don't know, you know, because it's that thing of, again, if you have confidence and you're overconfident, you might end up knocking yourself.
Yeah.
Or it's like, if you know what you not know what you're doing, because that again sounds overconfident, and that's when you start hurting yourself. But I do, like I say, the last 2 times I went on my bike, I've done some like 30-foot jumps, 20-foot gaps, whatever they are, and like I sail over them, but like it's not even mind over matter, it's just doable, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
in
yeah,
essence.
yeah.
It's mad though, because when I watch the videos, when I watch them, I just look at them and think, like, nah. I just think like, I don't know whether it's because like I've never done it, and then I'm older. I think like when you get older, you do become a bit more like prone to think like, I can't be arsed like potentially getting injured in that. Like when you're a kid, mate, you're falling out of trees, you're climbing, you climb things when you're a kid, don't you? And you haven't thought about how you're going to get back down. You know, when you're a kid, you're in the fucking woods, and you're climbing trees and that.
Up there.
And then like, and you're falling off things and you jump like I used to jump off things when I was 15 that I look at now and think, wouldn't dare jump off that.
no chance.
But obviously I already know I can because I have.
Yeah, you've done it.
But like I think it's when you get older, you're a bit more like, oh, I don't know if I can be arsed with that. Like you think about it a bit more, don't you? And when I look at the stuff he does, I just think, I wouldn't dare.
Have you ever bottled anything?
Oh, many a time, mate. Like you say, but going back to you hurting yourself, mate, saying that. So just as we sort of started riding, we all Bike Park Wales, best bike park in the well, it's the most commercialised bike park in the UK, but it's unbelievable. Bike Park Wales, Merthyr Tydfil, off at night out. Fucking jippos at the door again, gypsies involved conversation. Literally said he was going to ram his Ford Ranger through the fucking Wetherspoons, so it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon and we were locked in, mate. But little small town in Wales. But then from that, so Bike Park Wales, a blue trail, so nothing treacherous. My mate jokes it's a hip step down to the left, so imagine you come off a jump and you're hopping down to the left. He straight lined it and went straight into a tree. Because it's a step down, he's then hit the tree and fell, say, 10 foot, 15 foot, it wasn't a long way.
Yeah, but still. Bang,
landed on his back, he broke his L2 vertebrae, so the curvature of your spine, it's just as you're sort of above your hips and then it curves back upwards.
Like
L2's like, further up. So imagine you about here sort of thing, midway up your back, L2. And we wrongfully picked him up. Lifting him up like this. Oh, the pain's gone.
Now?
Do what? Oh, he's fine. So again, but like you said, he won't ride his bike now, and he's shit scared of it. But all fair play to the lad. Do you know what I mean? So he's happily playing ping pong. He's actually just done the Great North Run. So big ups to Jokes for that. But like, your sport. If you've got a back injury, leave him. So one of the
that's pretty much
that makes it worse.
So I'll tell you a story.
Call it a day on the bike type thing.
Well, no, because it depends. Obviously, Jokes has just hurt his back, so he doesn't have that confidence to jump back on and be like, right, let's go at it again. But like, if you say snap a vertebrae or you damage a vertebrae, you could sever your spinal cord. So we had a teacher in our school, Mr. Burgess, I believe he was called, and he was a rugby player, and his what they call captain of the team. He'd been in a ruck or something. The ruck collapsed. He broke his back and he couldn't move. He couldn't get up, and his captain was wiggling him. Get up! Oh, what you doing? Get up, you idiot! And it severed his spinal cord.
Yeah, because you don't think at the time it's
fully wheelchaired up and that now.
That's
so
make you be fuming.
I know.
Like,
it's mad, isn't it?
Pile for your rest
Because
of
you
your
don't
life.
think, do you? Like, it's not going to be that bad.
No.
Like,
Blue paper towel.
A wet blue paper towel.
Yeah, wet mate.
Used to sort the job out back in school.
Oh yeah, did
oh mate, do you remember like Sunday League in that, mate? You just to run on with a fucking
spray.
Sponging a bucket of water before the spray.
Sprays
Even after that, it's like no matter what happens, you just run on with a fucking cold bucket of sponge and water and like
scrub you
down.
down.
Oh yeah, it's sounding nice. That was even before the spray.
Yeah, we was always laugh about the spray.
And then you get the deep heat involved.
In rugby, every time someone had an injury, mate, used to run on with like the spray. Spray on that, yeah, you're alright, mate. Your fucking ankle's facing the other way. Just go and get it, you're alright, mate. You haven't got enough spray, we don't fucking carry on, but yeah.
Have you ever broke any bones?
I've broke many, mate.
Have you?
Yeah, mate, I fucking broke my ribs a few months ago, mate. Yeah.
Fucking you know what? Like, I've not broke like straight, like big bones, just my hands.
Yeah.
Oh, my cheekbone as well.
Did you?
Yeah, I've got all metal plates down there, and then my hand, but like not like legs or arms and that. Or like
I've snapped my arm, 3 arms.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's heavy, that mate.
Same place at the elbow. There's a.
You can see
where the pins went through it and that. It's off it, like, you know, getting the pins pulled out. Like, because obviously there's an hole there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, if you like shine light and you look, mate, you can see through your arm.
Yeah.
Mad, man.
I reckon I've still got some stitch in my elbow, mate. Like, fucking, I got hit by a fucking car, mate. I'm on a bike, mate. On a bike. It was sort of my fault, sort of the other person's fault. Like, they didn't see me, but
that's one way to say it was me that.
Yeah, kind of was that. No, basically what was happening was, so it was on a proper busy road, but like it was like a residential road, but like so people were parking the cars outside the houses on the road. Yeah. I was on a bike and I had to like go into the middle of the road, but like people were flying up and down there. So like where it came to like this T-junction sort of thing, I was like, I went onto the road and went to go up the path, and as I was going up the path, she was coming up
straight
the junction,
down,
and just fucking wiped us out, mate. I went flying, mate, and like, mate, like I will wear a helmet religiously now, mate, because like.
Did you not?
Not like
Did you have one
That's
on
might
that
be watching
day?
this. So.
Did you have one that day?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have it on, no,
Yeah.
but I should have had it on, mate.
Yeah.
Now I wear one religiously, mate,
Yeah.
because of that. Luckily, I landed on my elbow. My elbow took all the way, but like even now it knacks. So like when I'm gonna go back into jiu-jitsu at the end of this month, I'm a bit paranoid because like I know like that's gonna be a weak
Something-
situation.
You never got
mate.
it checked over. You might have like a little like hairline fracture or something.
I think, do you know what I think what's happened? I think I've chipped some of it and it's fucking.
You know,
moving around
fractures
in there,
are,
you know?
no, because fractures are more painful than breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've fractured my hand loads and they're
Yeah,
painful.
knacks,
you know.
doesn't it?
Like breaks and like not as painful as fractures.
Couple of weeks, mate. When I broke my ankle, like 2.5 weeks later on a pot, I was running around being daft, mate. But like, say like I've fractured my hand before and all that and stuff like that. Like it's fucking
Painful fractures, aren't they?
Fucked for ages, mate.
Because you knock them again as well and that and it just fucks them up.
Yeah.
That's a bit. I can't. Do you know when you're on a table? If you sat down, like I can't put any weight on this elbow, mate, because it just starts knacking. So it's one of them ones, like. But
Mate, I snapped my arm 2 days when I was like 10-year-old. 2 days before I was going to Thailand. So like.
what's it right? What is it with you in Thailand and knacking things?
Fucking, I had a big cast on like my arm, the elbow and that. But obviously, you know when you go up in the air, like obviously the pressure and that.
Yeah.
Like they weren't gonna allow me on the plane, so like we had to go back to the hospital
Get
the
it cut
day
off.
before and just get a slice all the way down there. So like the pop was still on.
But you could take it
But
off.
No. Just
Oh,
so
expansion.
when my arm would swell up on the plane, it had room to move with the pot.
What the
Oh,
hell,
yeah.
man?
So
That's
like on the plane, like cause of the injury and that, like I could feel it like inflating, like getting bigger.
6 weeks holiday, Jobby.
6 weeks holiday,
Mate,
probably,
you
yeah.
know, because you always went back to school in September, didn't you? And there was always someone with a pot on.
Always, mate.
Always.
Always Mickey.
Always someone
always.
fell off a
Yeah,
swing in the
Luminous
park,
pink fucking
fell
pot
out
on.
of a tree.
Yeah,
or
I
whatever.
used to, when I broke my ankle, mate, I hated having that pot on me, mate, because it was like a proper like full leg situation, because I proper fucked my ankle up,
Yeah.
mate, and like when you get an itch halfway down
Yeah,
there, it's all
yeah,
like when
yeah.
you're jamming rulers and
Chopsticks
all,
and that.
yeah, chopsticks, rulers a lot, mate. It's a fucking
Luckily,
nightmare.
I've never had a note like that. Like it's always been like it's just been that.
Yeah.
And then like my hands.
Did you
like,
not have one on your hand? So when I done my
well,
hand,
because like that's just like my hand situation.
yeah,
Yeah.
me and you
I'd
had
say
very
like a
similar
wrapping
job
on it,
there.
when
Like
I've
I've
done my hand.
done like knuckles and that fingers and
Yeah.
then like snapped that there, but I've never like done like now.
When
You
like,
get like a brace in it, don't you,
Yeah.
sort of thing,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
Velcro brace
Just
or
a little
something.
Well, I had a full-on pot on mine. When I snapped that, I also, like you say, fractured the ring finger,
Yeah.
but on my wrist, and that, like I say, that was more painful than the clean break. Like I say, we were in Bristol. I think you condoned me.
Oh shit! Yeah, did you? I remember that. Actually, that was time ago. That wasn't it? Yeah, fucking hell,
what happened there,
mate.
like?
Oh, just me on the mash on the JD. You know what
What
I mean?
were we in
That's
Bristol
where
for?
Keka
I
comes
think
from.
it was fucking. It was in Terrorbank takeover, wasn't it?
Oh,
I
was
can't
it that
remember who it was
fucking-
on.
was that
You
one?
were DJing, Mickey was DJing.
It was all of us. It was a takeover.
Yeah,
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 Terrorbank, didn't we?
Was that the Interrobang or the versus Airman for Techno
No,
one?
definitely wasn't.
The name of
No,
Techno. No, I'm
Techno
sure it was in Terrorbank one the first time we went down, wasn't it?
Well, I drove and it was just fucking
wasn't
silence
an
all the
actual
way.
rig, was it?
'cause-
No. We didn't take rig for Terrorbank.
No,
did we?
that's what I'm saying. So it would have been that.
Yeah, it
one.
would have been that
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
yeah,
what you say, kids?
Because I got the phone call that my fucking dog was dying,
Oh,
basically. Can you
yeah,
remember?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
head
I
was
remember,
scrambled.
I think it was in Terrorbank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah. Head was scrambled. JD, full bottle in about fucking 2 hours. Bosh, wall, obviously.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, because I had to get.
We went to Bristol and you fucked your fucking ankle, mate, before we.
Oh, I got New Year's, mate. Fucking
Yeah,
hell, mate.
So we fucking drove down. Was Jozzy driving?
Yeah, Johnny drove.
We
Yeah,
drove
yeah.
down. It was like me, CJ,
Jack P.
Jack P, Ollie, Jozzy.
Yeah.
Drove down Bristol and that.
New Year's Eve free
New
party.
Year's
Was
Eve
it?
Yeah.
warehouse party and that. And like as we get to this party, like the police have like blocked like the whole entrance off of the thing. Obviously parties on in there, so everyone was just like, yeah, fuck the place. Like people are like running around the side to climb this fence. And as we climb over this fence and we're running across this car park because there's like fire exit doors open. There's obviously like all broken, like debris on the floor, glass and that. Ollie just goes boom, boom,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, 'cause there was two doors, and the first doors just didn't seem like they were going to be in use. So I ran to the second door, and as I was running, like everyone was going in the first door, and I heard CJ go, "Ollie, stop! We're going in this
Yeah.
one." So I was trying to stop, mate.
Pull up,
Fucking
boom.
thingy here, mate. Like leg was up here, mate.
Was
CJ was like, he's on the phone. It was fucked.
This is at like 10, 12, quarter 12
What
at
did you
night.
do?
Oh,
Twist your
oh.
ankle or
Oh,
break
So
it?
like we had to
Broken,
like
mate. Yeah.
Start of the rave.
we done the full. That's what I'm saying. It was like we hadn't got in there. So as we're getting in there, And then like
Did you
we
do
got this
Stay
chair.
I was going. I am not going to fucking Bristol A&E and New Year's Eve. Mate.
So we stayed in the party.
Did you
and
just
then
top
there was-
about in that, or just?
Yeah,
sat
we was
down?
up and
yeah,
about. We
sort
got
of
this
about,
chair,
mate,
right?
yeah.
We got this chair about 3 o'clock in the morning off these blokes. You know, like an office chair, like an office chair, wheels and that. We got it off them for free, right? And about 3 hours later, we sold it back to them. They give us it for free and bought it back off us.
All night CJ was random people going, oh, you've got my fiver. You're just getting random people up and stuff like that. Like about 3 hours into it, we got the fucking chair wheeling me around and all that, and the guy's like, oh, we want the chair back. We're like, no, fiver. So we got the fiver away. There you go, CJ. There's your fiver, mate. Mate, we were sat down at one point, right, and like me and CJ have this laugh every time. I'd love to know what he was going on about. He started off with it all burns tonight, it all burns tonight.
As he does.
On the rum and mushies and that. Me and him sat down, right, and he was just spewing the most like fucking horrible shit out of his mouth. I can't remember what it was. And like, I was just laughing my head off, and I turned around, there was just a group of people all just sat down, all just looking at him like that.
Disgusting.
Disgusting, mate.
We were leaving the party because the police shut it down, eventually, because it was like a sort of like an agreement. Like they came in, they were like, yeah, like give you an hour sort of thing.
No, they said till 12. As soon as the NOS ran out though, they went. No,
oh yeah, that was it.
down,
Yeah, so the
rig
rig started shutting down and that, like when they didn't even need to, because yous were just about to go on, man.
Yeah.
Like so, like we were on the blag for sets and that, and like Ollie and CJ were about to go on, and then like, because there was like 3 or 4 stacks. 3 or 4 stacks, and like 1 or 2
One
of the
DJ.
Yeah. One of the stacks was like, well, 2 of them were like, yeah, we're gonna go. Which sort of like spiraled everyone to pack up because it was off one DJ.
Yeah.
So like we were literally just about to go out and that, and when we were leaving and that, we were walking out, and like there's all these police there. Nah, it was chilled and that, it was sound and that. And CJ's just going, it fucking reeks of bacon round here. And all these coppers have just stood there just looking at him like, obviously they can't do that, he's not really technically doing anything wrong, and that is going, fucking reeks of bacon. Here, can you smell that? Lifting.
As he got past him, as he got literally like fucking shoulder to shoulder, one of the coppers went, oh, I've not said that about bacon.
I didn't call you baldy baldy.
It's one of them situations.
Mate, remember that one with the fucking lads? So we were all sat in this fucking chill out bit. I was feeling the fucking pain of the ankle. I was like, I need to go sit down for 2 minutes. So I went into this room where loads of people were chilling out, right? And this group of lads were like walking past us, and there was like one seat in the middle of the room. CJ just grabbed this lad, flung him onto the chair, went to all of his mates, right, all you, spit on him.
The lad was like panicking and that, trying to jump up and run off with that.
What's going on?
It was sort of mad one, mate, steaming.
Right,
Man, we just call it.
I think more so as well when you go travel or like go to places like you end up getting daft, don't you?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
get your
because
daft
you've
head
been
on.
drinking,
You
you've
bet
been
us
drinking,
last week, mate,
That
like-
was last week, mate, in the fucking town.
I know,
mate.
yeah.
Mate, we were sat there, we were in Bristol waiting for the party line and that. You know, you've had the boozer and that, and you've had some scran like when you've got there and all that, and like, fuck, I'm sat there, mate, I need a shit in that. Swear down, mate, we sat in this fucking industrial estate at like 11:30 that night.
Yeah, like by the way,
I just jumped out the car and had a shit in the middle of the road.
Right, so by that point you're already like 12 hours deep into the day.
That's
Jay.
what I mean.
You're
I was like,
by
we
that
were
point.
sat there waiting for this fucking party line and that, and I was just like, I'm sat. We had obviously bog roll in the back of the car and that.
Not so wild,
like, because you know these situations are a possibility, don't you?
100%.
So like got there, we sat there like ringing this party line. I'm going, ringing the party line every 5 minutes. I'm like, I can't hold this in anymore. That mate, just jumped out the fucking car, mate, at the side of the car, just fucking went out. I've done it a couple of times. I've done it.
Loads, mate.
Yeah, I've done it. Knocked a few wildies out on the way to parties.
I've done a Wildy.
2013 or something, right? It was like me, CJ, Party Alan, that we were going to UK Tech 2013. It was in what's that place called? Begins with an R. Near it's an old runway like near Nottingham.
Red car.
It's just off the
Reading.
no, it's
Nottingham.
it's just off near Nottingham, like it's an old abandoned airstrip, begins with an R, like red something red.
Oh fuck, I know what you're on about.
It was on that abandoned airstrip anyway,
Yeah.
this party and that, but like we goes down there and that, and I'm like, it's like an half 10 night, drinking on the way, doing or whatever and all that. It's like, man, I need a shit in that. So like, I can't remember who was driving, pulled over on this fucking on the M1 and that, mate. I'm fucking there at 11 that night, just knocking the shit out on the side of the M1. All the wagon drivers are going past me.
The amount of times I took the wilds underneath Newport Bridge, mate, every single time, mate. It's gone round, who's got baby wipes, who's got toilet paper. Collecting it all, mate, like a little fucking...
Needs must, innit?
You have to, mate, when you're in them situations.
That's the thing, mate. Like the parties under the bridge, the amount of human shit that I've like stumbled across, and you're like, "Hey lads, look at this! It's a human shit."
If you're standing human shit as well, mate, it's even worse than standing. That came out like human. That is rotten.
Do you know one of the best memories under there? Right, it was Easter, right? It was so we done like an Easter party under there, and like we went on a mission and that. You know Stacey Milburn. You know she's fucking mad, isn't she? So she's fucking there, like we sat there.
And about the rabbit.
Yeah, this rabbit comes past and that, and we're all like, "Oh, it's Easter party."
Yeah, after about 10 minutes after what we're all said, it goes, "Oh, this rabbit's fucking mint." Lizzie O'Brien after 10 minutes goes, "Oh, it's the fucking Easter bunny." We were like, "No!"
Stacey's eating like
ham sandwich,
snack and that. Obviously, rabbits are vegetarians, aren't they? Stacey's trying to feed this rabbit ham and it's having none of it in that, and she's going, "Ah, it doesn't like it. It doesn't want it in there. Like, it's a vegetarian, man. It doesn't eat meat." Like,
funny as fuck, that mate.
Well,
I think that was the same party that I can't remember. I remember I'd seen something in the sky and all that looked like a laser going across the sky or something. I was like, "Oh, I don't know," like, because like I was indulging a bit that night. And then CJ flung his trainers on the fire, didn't he? The flames started going green. I was like, "There's I'm off it." Well, that's fucking too much for me. It freaked me out, man. I had to go sit down for 5 minutes.
There was two mad lads.
Wasn't there? Yeah, there was.
fumes off his
That's what it was. I was just
off his 25 quid fucking
Jackies.
got him off fucking shut locker in Pally. Like fucking fake fucking trainers, right?
Yeah, man, straight on the fire. I was like, "That's too much for me, that mate." I said, "You go sit down for 5 minutes."
I don't think I've ever met a bloke like him, to be fair, mate.
No,
That fucking
Absolutely.
that summer sunshine with his caravan, was that right?
Yeah, the sugar tax. He said to everyone, right, nobody messed this caravan up.
He ended up smashing
Shut up,
the sugar tax.
He was just doing backflips and that with drinks in his hand.
That was a weird festival, because it was literally the weekend after Boomtown, wasn't it? So we'd all been to Boomtown. Like, obviously, I had a mad time there. They went straight to Summer Sunshine after that. It was just trippy as me. It was such a weird weekend, wasn't it?
It wasn't ideal, like, was it? Do you know what? It was mint, but it was shit.
Yeah.
But
Because we made it mint, that's why.
I think when a situation shit
because
like
it was
that,
like August bank. It was like August
bank.
bank holiday or something, and it pissed down all weekend.
Rained.
Apart from like the last morning, wasn't it, when it was banging? Me, was it me, you and Quinn, you went back or something on the van, and I remember.
Yeah.
Pissed down all weekend. It was a nightmare.
On about music and hoo-ha, you've had your fair share of jungle sets.
Mate, well, like I say, so my thing with music is now, it's not that I've fell out of love with the music, 'cause like I say, I'm still
just concentrating on the other bit at the minute.
Yeah, concentrate on that. I'm a big vinyl collector, and how often not have we DJ'd in a club with vinyl? I remember Christina, lovely, one of our very good mates, she was dancing in front of me and I was DJing vinyl, and the tune skipped mid-mix, and I went, "Will you just stop dancing?" I'm just like, mid-mix, do you know what I mean?
Not just fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean though? It's like you graft and you practice that mix for how long? You get it, it's in the club, you've boxed it off, I had whatever it was, because it was the night I vividly remember, it was when we were doing the Metalheads. And I had General Levy over, I think it was Andy C, Night Flight, so it was the big fatty Reese bass with the General wiki, and somebody was Christina was dancing, I was just like, "Oh, no, let's not do that." And like I say, just stop fucking dancing.
Fucking hell, mate. Yeah, because we got a photo from that night, haven't we? From time ago, mate.
Do you think this is a nightclub, like? Club event? Fucking dancing for?
Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, but it is annoying though, like, because they're so easy to just slip off, aren't they?
No,
in the clubs and that.
Most clubs don't have like the proper setup for vinyl decks.
No, and like that was my
it's finished now, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
my main thing with DJing was that I was like, I was a DJ. I didn't produce. I always said I didn't have the time to produce. Obviously, that's when I started my career and everything, so didn't have that extra. I probably could have done, but I just didn't, sort of thing. Started collecting the vinyl, and then just that was it. I only wanted to mix that, so I then stopped looking for digital tunes, sort of thing, because I was buying that much on record that it didn't fucking bother me looking
It's a
for
different type of
digital
jungle anyway.
exactly,
digital
mate, and that's
vinyl.
what I love the most, that raw, authentic 94 and
It's a different
97
sound,
sound
innit?
sort of thing. But and like now I just look at it like I've got that record collection and I'm never going to sell it. I'll never sell my 1210s, but like I've got it there that if it's a party, I'll get them out. If there's a whatever, if there is an opportunity for me to go on the decks, I'll go on them. But with like obviously my girlfriend now, Lara, she is smashing the game, smashing the production.
Yeah, she is. Lara.
She's smashing the DJing, so she's at a big fat rave next weekend. 4 o'clock in the morning, she's on the decks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they've got something on this weekend.
No, they had last night.
Last night,
Dylan last night.
So they're another party, another group who are smashing the game as well. Like I say, they're pushing the content side of thing. They've just invested in a 360 cam and that as well. So again, the 360 cams on the decks. And then when it drops, turn to the crowd, everybody buzzing sort of thing.
Are you going up next week to do that?
Oh, I'm sadly not, mate. I can't do 4 o'clock in the morning in the club anymore. I'm a shit house, mate.
It's bit like as well, like I found me like, you know, back in the day, even when like obviously we used to do way more events back then than compared to what we do now.
Yeah.
But like back then it was like even if we weren't involved in the event, we were just always out there. Now me like I can't be asked unless we're in sort of like doing something with the event now. I can't be asked being in the club that
like
long
that last one that we done. So I can't remember what it was. It was in what's the club called that we do in Leeds?
When we were at Beavers.
Beaver Works. So obviously coming from Borough, you were all in Leeds. I had to bring decks, I had to bring cables, I had to bring whatever. And I'm sober in it, and then 6 o'clock in the morning, I've been there for 18 hours, whatever it was, 'cause at 2 o'clock start, and I'm still stood there, sober as a judge, and that's when you're looking around and you're like, wow, what the fuck's going on here? And then, like I say, not getting in until 7 o'clock in the morning, I know, mate, like driving home, 7 o'clock in the morning, like, it's not that I fell out over the scene, it's just like, I don't know why club nights are 10 till fucking 5 or whatever, I don't know, like I prefer, like we once upon a time done a night that got shut down within the first hour because it started at 7 and it was meant to finish at 11, but like there was nobody there, but like I'd prefer that time slot and then fuck off home, pizza, bath and bed, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's just me.
It's mad the club scene now, like times working that, because like you think it's like it's like weird here, like where like we party till 5, 6 in the morning, but like when I went to Berlin years ago, like we got there on the Thursday, we had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, and like Thursday night we chilled out, went for a mooch and that. But on the Friday it was like 9, 10 o'clock and that, and we were like, me, Aaron and Blair and that, we were like to Josh and that. Obviously Josh lived there, so he obviously knew the score, I'd been there for years, and we were like, yeah, let's go out and that, and he's like, mate, there's nowhere to go now at like 10 o'clock and that, and we were like,
what do you mean?
He was like, yeah, what do you mean? He was like, mate, like nothing starts till 2, 3 in the morning here. We were like thinking like he just doesn't want to go out for whatever reason.
Yeah, at this time.
So we're like pushing him. We end up going out and that. We get to this fucking club, Grauschmuller, at like 1 in the morning. There's about 30 people there.
Big club, like a big Berlin city club.
So that club opened at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And like it shut at 10 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah.
So because obviously
10 o'clock on.
Well, in Berlin when the clubs open, they open for 2-3 days without shutting. So like it opened at I think it opened at midnight. We got there at 1. But like we stayed there till like 10, 11 in the morning. Yeah. By 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, it was bouncing.
Yeah.
But it didn't start getting busy till like fucking 4, 5 in the morning. And I was just like, what the fuck's going on here? Like people coming out at this time. But the good thing about the Berlin scene is, say if you go to a club at like whatever time and it's open for 2 days or 3 days, if you leave with your stamp and come back like 10 hours later on, you can still get in with the same stamp, you know what I mean? So it's not like you're going and paying back in and coming back in that. I mean, we didn't really do that anyway because we were like sort of like, we've been there, we were like
onwards.
We were on holiday. We were like mooching about and that, but like it was wild, mate. Got to like 7 in the morning because there was 2 rooms inside. Obviously we went like in June, mate, it was like 30 degrees. Yeah. Got 7 in the morning, it was on the canal and that, and then like at 7 in the morning the outside stage opened, so like in the car park in the courtyard outside there was sofas, tree houses and that, and then the DJ started outside at 7 in the morning. And
That sounds power that like.
Sunrise.
And 7 in the morning, we'll just bring it outside.
But like,
That's
your
just
club's
getting
over
started,
here.
mate.
Yeah.
Like,
Mad that.
So my girlfriend again, Lara, she works in the environmental agency in like Stockton Council where we live up in Borough, and the Wobbly Goblin, I'm sure you've all heard of it, rough as fuck.
Yeah.
But like they've just tried to apply for a late license to 5:30 in the morning, and like that over here you think 5:30 in the morning, but like you say, Berlin, they're open fucking 3 days.
But Berghain opens on like Thursday and closes on Tuesday morning, isn't it?
They go mad, don't they?
Like, it's wild, mate. Like,
That's one place I've not been, Berlin, like. So
highly advisable.
Yeah.
Mate, do you know
Best
what?
place I've been.
I'll tell you what, though, kid. Do you know, obviously, because we said we're not doing the event as much and all that. It's something to look into, you know, doing an event from like 7 till midnight or something, like 7 in the evening till midnight or something.
Like you say,
that's a
day
good thing, 'cause,
parties,
it's not going to cost as much money.
No.
Like, obviously, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be going as long, and I'm like, I'd imagine like any space would be willing to fucking.
But you know what it is with the events and that now? It's like back like in our 20s and that. And I mean, I know you're still in your 20s, like back end of them and that. But like back then, it was like you're more like carefree with your money and like your future and this and that and all that. And now I think like, obviously now as well, touching on what we touched on in the last podcast where we were like, small events like don't stand a chance.
Yeah.
Like you need to be putting like a big show on to get people in.
Yeah.
Especially now, like you say, like say for example, Sub-Dub's on in 2 weeks, isn't it?
Aye.
Like Sub-Dub smash it regardless, unbelievable. And they've got 30 years of metalheads on there.
Yeah.
So like any other like club nights that are on that weekend,
Not going to.
they're going to struggle because everyone's going to think, fuck this,
What's the
Sub-Dub?
point?
Rightly so as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I think like after the last like several events we've done that we've spent like tens of thousands on, like in Beaverworks in like 4 or 5 rooms and like being starting at like 4 in the afternoon and going on till 6 in the morning, having fairground rides and doing all this and all that. I just think like when you start putting the events on at that level, it's like unless like it's not really like worth putting that amount of money in it all the time, like when you don't know what's happening in this current climate. And like when
it's
you
not
think,
a guarantee, is it?
No.
yeah, like
That's
now
what I'm
I'm
saying,
thinking
though,
like
like-
about other things like with our future and that are like, well, this is more important and this is more important.
Especially in a city as big as
like
Leeds.
obviously we're always still going to do events.
Yeah.
But like back in the day when we were doing like in like 10 a year.
Yeah.
Now we might be doing like 2 or 3 a year.
Yeah.
Like.
But that's what I mean. It's worth looking into that though, because it's not going to cost as much money if we do like a shorter event at a different time. Do you know what I mean?
That's why I enjoyed the Fenton, mate. When like obviously the Fenton was like it's a small thing, like, you know, but it's like it's stress free.
Yeah.
It starts at 2 in the afternoon.
Well, that's it, mate.
Closes, it finishes at 11.
The Fenton, is that the one that's on the Otley Run?
Yeah.
You're making money.
Mate,
I know.
it's
I don't know
great.
if you
It's
do.
gonna come in,
I don't know if do you make money on them nights?
It's
No, sorry.
like-
Is that they
More
pay
like
the
a
bar?
free thing.
It's like,
Oh,
it's
is
like,
it? Right,
it's like
okay.
a free, we don't charge in and all that, but like you get everything for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
though, mate. And like they're the better
Mate,
nights.
you don't even need to promote it because like that venue is bouncing
Yeah.
regardless because
Yeah.
everyone's on the Otley
Yeah.
Run. Like obviously people who don't know the Otley Run, like in Leeds, it's like it's a fancy dress like pub crawl in it, which
Yeah,
is
pretty
busy
much
every
that,
Saturday.
yeah.
So like if you're in that pub, like regardless of whether we're there, that pub's bouncing.
Yeah.
So like you just put the event on and like
It happens.
you can't
Yeah.
move.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
by like 7, 8 o'clock you can't move in
Yeah.
there.
And like I say, because the populace of Leeds is students, early 20s, say early 30s.
Mate, you know what's good with the Otley Run though? Don't get me wrong, there is a lot of like 18, 19-year-old students in there, but like with the Otley Run, you'll get your hen do's,
Oh,
your
right,
stag
you do,
do's,
mate.
yeah,
Like you get all the different type of people.
Proper mix.
Like it's a bit of a vibe. Like
It was a good little event.
It was
I
so good.
enjoyed
I was
it.
fucking
We
steaming,
were
mate.
steaming.
Yeah, on the top of the decks that one.
Yeah,
on
it
the
fell
I was
over.
still on the decks at me.
Fell
give it
over
a
a few
ride.
times out of catch, yeah.
Right, unfortunately, that we were double book.
Yeah,
that,
double
that's
book
right.
that,
Yeah,
mate.
actually doing
Funk
Soul
Funk
Brothers as
Soul
well, aren't we,
Brothers.
mate?
Funk Soul
Yeah,
Brothers.
yeah.
I've got to give you a shout out for that though, by the way, boys. That actually is a fucking mint little platform that you've
Yeah,
got going
nice
on,
one,
man.
yeah,
That's
it's been
wicked.
going
Well, we just played another Funk Soul Brothers set there
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
in,
last week.
West End House it's called, another like pub in Leeds.
Yeah,
Got another one next week, guys.
Another one next
Get
week.
on.
Motown night on the 30th,
30th, yeah.
30th in West End House. Just plug that.
It's alright, the West End, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a decent little venue and that. It's a bit smaller than the other ones we've sort of done, but
Works nicely.
Works nicer, like it's more intimate and like it fills up better.
Like that pub, the one that you were doing in before, like he's had a corner, but it looked like a corner of a pub sort of thing. I don't know the layout of the pub at all. I'm just sort of talking from what I've seen on videos, but like you say, you do have the crowd. I'm not saying you don't. But like
but it's a lot more spread out. So like you know, like this sort of forces everyone into a small area.
They're involved.
And
they're
then
there for the Funksol brothers. They're not just going to the pub.
There was youngers that they're proper dancing on that.
Honestly, it was like
we've been in like a few times, haven't we? We've always enjoyed it.
It's probably one of the best turnouts we've had for Funksol Brothers, and like half of the people that we normally take with us didn't come. Everyone was busy in that.
Those people from Best Brigade came down though. What?
Did Elvis go?
No, Elvis wasn't there.
Oh,
right. No, it wasn't.
That's not Elvis.
Is it not?
No,
I can't even remember what it looks like now.
No.
But yeah, he was a boy, but it was the older guy though, he was a boy. He was funny as he was getting up with his missus dancing like that, and after that, every tune you go, nah, you shite.
I love that crack, mate. You know what I mean?
Like, 70-year-old, didn't he?
Was he?
70-year-old,
Shaking the
getting
hips.
right amongst it.
The older sort of Leeds blokeies and that, they have similar sort of cracker like Borough.
Yeah.
You know, just on the
Works
wick
like
and
Northern
that,
crack,
like,
innit?
Our people.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's going well in that.
Mate. And your last release, by the way, mate, that is such a fucking...
Nice one for the support and the videos and that,
and yourself, Michael, that record as well, mate. That was on my first video, I put unreleased, but I'm trying to keep it below wraps, but like you say, it was power.
No, but yeah, that's dropping now on Cat in the Bag Records. First vinyl.
There's the plug.
There's a copy of it.
Cat in the Bag.
You can, if you want to check it out, we've got some like jungle techno. From myself, the middle bit drops into a bit of footwork, and then there's a nice like jungle tune on there by a guy called Sam C. It's quite old school sort of
raw feel,
90s vibes. But yeah, I've got loads of copies of these. Well, I say loads, like I've dropped
some in Trab Records in town.
Trab Records
in Leeds town.
Or you can get them straight from me, message me. But yeah,
if you like it, up Bandcamp, start the Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, all the works, mate, Kodiak, we're not forgot the name of it then. I was going to say follow up, Smokers Club International if you're into hip hop and all that.
Wicked as well.
Volume 1 of several that are coming out, so we're going to say a big shout out to Iconic and Air as well for that as well.
A few big tunes on there, mate, and instrumentals.
Nice one, brother. What happened with Chat with Sessions then?
So for those who don't know, I set up a little streaming sitch, Chats with Sessions. Bought all the gear, bought the camera that we're working on today, fucking everything. Got it all rigged, ready to go, and then I just, like I say, I've not fell out of love with DJing because I do love it, but it's like it's finding the time when I've got these other passions and whatever that I'm trying to push. Like you say, there's only 24 hours in a day, and like even now it's mad home life. Obviously, myself and Lara live together. We've got Hendrix, Lara's kid, he's 8-year-old. But now I've got a write off Monday, Tuesday. They're my editing days. That's where I'm editing my YouTube video sort of thing. So I'll be sat there from 5 till 12 o'clock editing a video. The next day colour grading, whatever else sort of thing on that video. And then even sometimes on Wednesdays, just before the 7 o'clock upload, I'm still doing thumbnails and whatnot. So like you don't have, like, we're all busy men, do you know what I mean? You don't have time sort of thing. Although I do love DJing, and don't get me wrong, music is one of my highlights, my passions, everything in life. Like that's what I'm trying to incorporate, that side of it, into the mountain biking videos as well, and having the little pop-ups with the tunes coming in. Had both your records on the videos, but for the Chats with Sessions thing, it was a good idea, and yes, it's probably something that could kick back off, but it's having that organisation, getting people involved, and having the time to push it and post it everywhere. Like I'm already trying to do three reels for the biking, whatever else, and a video, and then trying to organise a stream for like the two that I've done. Three that I've done, and that's how fucking quick it died a death. The first one, myself and Lara, was quality. It was just us sat chatting away in the chat room all night, mixing, as we all do, quality. The second one was unbelievable. I had Ryan Molester's Dave Hornby, our very good friend, come down. He was just spitting all night, and I think he mixed a bit of garage bass line. And then we had T Bush, bit of house and techno, and then Curtis Alchemy. He then done whatever he does, his ravey stuff, and like that was unreal. We got donations through the lot, like it was quality. But like the next one didn't have that same hit, and it didn't like go off as well. And you know, like consistency is key in anything that you do. And me then having that little, it's not going to work this.
Oh, right,
and then,
do
you know what I mean? It probably would have worked, but I just gave up with it sort of thing. Yeah. But it's something that I should really
repursue.
It's never over though, is it?
It's never over, mate. It's an open book. I've not closed it. Do you know what I mean?
Getting beat.
But yeah, just on that sort of subject though, I think it is just about like what you put your energy into and just focus on one thing rather than like trying to juggle a million things and all of them failing. Do you know what I mean? If you can put like loads of energy into
because the big thing for me at the minute is with Lara being a DJ and producer, if there's any opportunity in our group for me to have a set, scratch that, she can have the set because she could make it. She probably will go on to make it. I'm not doubting her one bit. She's producing bang on tunes and she's like, yes, she's getting sets, but she's not getting the same amount of sets as people who aren't producing as such in the same.
The big sets that she gets, or do you know
exactly. So, like I say, she played at Bangface.
I can't believe how quick music has came along. Like, mad.
So I'm buzzing with that for her, and like I say, she's on that path. So I'd prefer to take that step back in the scene. Not that I'm out. Well, I am out of the scene now, but like I'd prefer her to succeed in it than me. Do you know what I mean? Because that's not my energy. Do you know what I mean? At the minute, like you've just said.
That's fair play though.
Yeah. So.
Wicked. So what did you say? Borough getting beat?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I've got the stream on here, mate.
I'll see him get it up straight.
I thought he was playing.
You know what it is, mate? Every time I look at the screen, right, we've got the ball, and then all of a sudden I went for a piss, came back, and we're getting beat 1-0. But like we've got the ball now. We've just constantly got the ball, but don't worry about that. I'll keep us updated.
Can I go full swing back to what we were discussing earlier? Your helmet, mate.
Yeah, of course.
That is one thing that I must stress, and like I say, fuck me, wear your fucking lids when you're riding your bikes. Like you see kids doing daft jumps. I can't remember his name. Tom Mitchell's got a mate, Sam. Can't remember his second name.
Ginger kid.
Yeah.
Sam Edwards.
Yes, Sam Edwards. Apologies, Sam, for not remembering your name there. He done a jump at Gisborough and fully stacked it without a lid on, mate. Like you don't realise how like.
Is he decent on a bike and that as well?
I've not seen him enough to say so, but like he's willing to do a decent gap jump. Gap jump. So like say he's all right. But like my mate Tom, the downhill race that we done at Christmas, which is actually the first ever video I posted on my YouTube channel. He come down a rock face and just fucking stacked it. He must have done it 3 times on this.
So what happened with Sam when he done that?
I don't know, mate. I think he just stacked it like you do. You roll over, get up. If you've hurt yourself, you sit down, you breathe. But like so I think he just got done.
Not worth.
But then, like say, Tom, he come down this rock face and just doom 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 on his head. Luckily, he had a full face. But he still now is like comes out on the bike and he has a full face lid on and he's disorientated and like headaches, and it's like you don't realise how easy it is to concuss yourself and how much it can fuck you. Like you look at all the pros, there's a lass called Tani Seagrave who's like top of the game, Red Bull athlete, and like she's come off on a race last year and she's wrote off the full year, like full disassociated situation where she doesn't even feel real again, sort of thing, because of how bad the concussion and that was.
Brain damage.
Like literally is your head.
There's a weird stigma about it though, isn't it? Like about like riding with an helmet. There's some people that think like I wouldn't dare ride an helmet. I was speaking with like one of the lads that we know, like I'm not gonna like name and shame and all that, but like one of our other mates, like he's got a bike and he's always like fully like secured up, he's got a helmet, IVs and all that, and one of the lads was just like, I wouldn't dare be all like that, and I'm like, yeah, but it's safe at the end of the day, mate, you know what I mean?
Like you say, like the most, when you feel most comfortable on the bike, regardless, I'll never not wear my knee pads. I've always got my lid on, and recently, obviously, we went to that Sheffield trip, and I tried to buy a body armour, just because I wanted to do that big gap jump that you were saying, like, fucking hell, it's a big jump, because it is a big jump, you come off, you hurt yourself. Like you say, like, I cannot condone, like, please wear your lids, like you say. You've like, who else was it who got hit by a car? Oh, so there was my old job, Detail Solutions. There was an old boy, Mick, just about to retire, riding to work one day, no lid on, transit van, boom, brown bread, just like that. In an instant. Do you know what I mean?
That's it as well, because I ride to and from work quite a lot, mate. It's a fucking good trek as well. Like, mate, the amount of times where like people just pull out on you and stuff like that. Buses are the fucking worst, mate. I swear down buses will just pull out on you.
They don't see you properly, do they?
No, mate, I've had bus drivers who've looked directly in my eyes and then just pulled out and then shouted at me for it. And I'm like, what do you mean, you fucking idiot, mate?
You're on the road, mate.
They do, mate. Like, you know, like riding to and from work can be sketchy. And do you know another thing as well, mate? Sorry, I'm going on a bit of a tangent,
Keep
a bit of a
going,
rant
mate.
here.
Go for it.
How entitled people are these days.
As
I was
well-
telling you the other day one night about it. So, like, on the canal bit when I ride to and from work, it's a cycle path.
Yeah.
And the amount of
Orange
people
path.
that have a go at me for being on that path,
Yeah,
and I'm like, it's a fucking cycle path. Like, what do you mean, mate? Like, you were the one in the fucking wrong for
Yeah.
walking on in the first place, mate.
So one thing that I've noticed, obviously, you probably won't have the understanding on it being outside of a biker's world sort of thing, but if I'm on my road bike versus my mountain bike, I'll always have my lid on. If I'm on my road bike, cars are fucking that far away from you because they hate roadies. Like, you think of a cyclist, you think
I
like,
do hate cyclists,
like
mate.
Lycra
But
road.
like I do.
It's
No,
exactly
but like that's the opposite side of cycling.
But how far do I move for them though?
No, exactly.
I always go pretty much halfway into the other lane.
Yeah,
when
but
I'm
like I say, I
going
think it's a
near one.
metre and a half now.
But
The
the
rules
hour's
changed.
wankers, so.
So, like I say, yeah, no, 100%, mate. Like roadie riders and
What's wrong with us,
others.
mate? What's wrong with us?
Outside, because
Have a debate now.
you know what it is with cyclists, right? Like obviously you're supposed to be at the side of the road, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's
I'll
the
stick
ones
with
who
that.
it's the ones who are in the centre of the road. And
Oh,
like,
yeah, fuck them.
sausage, mate.
No,
move.
the laws
do you know,
actually changed though.
I agree with
There's
you.
loads of them, isn't
I stick as close to the curb as possible.
Yeah.
The
Why would you
laws changed though, you know, recently to say that they're supposed to be in the middle of the road.
I'm getting paying road tax in.
But on that again, so I do like a roadie ride. I like to ride out into the sticks. It's probably the most bliss you feel on a bike, just seeing farmers' fields. Just fucking sun shining on you. If I'm fucking going down the road and a car's overtaking me and he's tight, but I've got a pothole on a bike that's got tyres that thick with 90 psi in, that'll blow up and I'll just fucking, I'll end up going into the car anyway. So I have to go around like potholes, drains, all of it. And like you say, I do appreciate you like we're bikers wankers, but like
Good points from both sides here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not all bikers.
yeah.
It's the certain ones.
I'd say the ones who do men though when they've got a group of them.
because they are.
Yeah, and there's like
stacked
3 or 4
three.
stacked in it.
Yeah.
You're stuck
Fuck
behind
that.
them. It's like, mate, just get in single file,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you know what I mean? But yeah, so that's a lesson for all them out there. But I'm glad that we've had that discussion because I'm the same, mate. Like, I'll stick as close as I can to the curb unless that I need to pull out. But like, it's them people as well who like they'll go 20 mile an hour just sat behind you the whole way and they put the shit to me because you don't know what they're gonna do. It's like, mate, are you just gonna overtake me or what? Like,
Are you just gonna
like
sit there?
I don't drive. But like, if you're not confident enough to go around a fucking cyclist, you shouldn't be driving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll get out the way of them as soon as I can. Me like soon as if I'm
it's safe
behind
to
the
do
cyclist,
so.
me. As soon as there's nothing on the other side of the road, I'm like.
A few things got changed in the highway code.
I don't keep up to date with that shit.
You
man.
are.
It was like there was fucking social medias kicking off about like, you know, their rights and fucking drivers' rights and that. It's like one of them was that they're supposed to be in the middle of the road.
And they're supposed to be stacked as well. So what we've just said, where in a line, you like everybody hates it. That's how you're supposed to be because that's like overtaking one car, not overtaking two bikes worth of cars as such.
And another thing that was mentioned in it as well was like right away. So like, if you're about to turn in to a road and there's someone about to cross the road, apparently they've got the right away, so you have to wait and let them cross. Rather than fucking fingering like. I just think it makes it more complicated. Me starting doing stuff like that.
Yeah, because people are slamming the brakes on, then looking at you like fucking hurry up. And I'm waiting for them. I don't mind waiting for a car, mate.
It's a car, mate. You're not fucking running out in front of a car. At the end of the day.
Mate, in Canada, I don't know if the laws changed now. When I went to Canada when I was a kid, like they were telling me that, like, say if like a car's going down the road, if someone just like runs out in front of their car and gets hit, it's the driver's fault, mate.
Regardless.
Yeah, regardless, mate. Like, how often is that?
What if someone wants to kill themselves?
Yeah, exactly, mate. It's a driver's fault. Like, I don't know if it's changed now, but when I was a kid, when I went over there, mate, that's what they were all telling me. They were like, oh yeah, like.
Can't win over there, then, can you?
When did you go to Canada?
Fang it down.
Jeremy Vine on Twitter?
Jeremy Vine. Is he the money expert, dude?
Yeah, go on his Twitter. It's just him like driving through London.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
And then he names and shames them all.
No, fucking hell, mate. That's hilarious. That like.
He does a little like breakdown analysis, like slows them down and shows like the red light or whatever. But like if he sees a van like reversing, he'll fucking park behind them and then be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Fucking hell.
Dying for the claim.
Yeah, and
where there's blame, there's a claim.
100%, man, 100%.
I wouldn't mind a little claim, though, you know what I mean?
Oh, fucking hell, man.
Just a little knock.
I tell you what, a claim. Fuck me, I was buzzing with this one. So, got made redundant last year. Got me payout for being redundant. Been there 3 years. Got whatever it was, 4 weeks' wages. So I got $2,000 in the bank.
Is that it?
Yeah, you only get like every year you get a month's wage.
No, it's a week for every month. A week for every year. So you get
every year. Yeah.
Statutory, you get 1 year. 1 year you get a week's wages, but it's capped. And then, so obviously that payment happened a year ago. Blah blah. A company got in touch with us about basically because they didn't do their due diligence in the redundancy process and gave us our proper notice of redundancy by a written letter, which is a part of your contract rights is that you have a written letter to say you might be getting made redundant. Because they didn't do that, this company, I can't remember, Protective Awards claim it's called, and we then fucking went through all this court process. Because the company doesn't exist anymore, it's owned by the administrators because they've folded the company. The administrators don't even turn up to court, so I've got a little cheeky $3,000 in the bank. Not long ago from it there.
Okay. You shouldn't have really got that.
No, yeah.
You wouldn't have got it if you didn't pursue it, and it's more of like a government thing that the government will pay you it out. But this company, they took like a fee and paid us all the $3,000, mate. So absolutely,
that company got under.
Oh, long gone. And like I say, my cladding game, it's ridiculous. The amount of companies who go pop, rebrand, Phoenix company. So that company was Entech Facades, now the Titan Facades, and they've actually just bought a massive new unit. Do you know what I mean? Like, you go.
Is that a thing in the
country? Yeah, so they're not fucking, they're not bankrupt.
So again,
how does that always happen?
It's dirty as. So what they'll do? My first company, Deepdale, they had Deepdale Solutions and Deepdale Holdings. Holdings owned the assets, and Deepdale Solutions was all the employees. So basically, we were just employed by Deepdale that owned nothing, but they had that as a parent company. Folded Deepdale, the parent company had all the assets. Rebranded it to Deepdale Building Services. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking rad. Same name. They fucking knocked people like $250,000, and then they're going back to them asking for credit and that. It's ridiculous.
So, I mean, mate, this is part of why the fucking country.
Construction, mate, is the only game in the country where you can get away with not paying people for work, and and physically go to court about it as well, and still win. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's ridiculous, mate.
Fucked in it, man. Fucking hell. So what have you got coming up then, Jake? Have you got anything planned? Any fucking...
Coming up, well, I'll start content-wise. I've got a few videos in the pipeline.
We'll drop all your shit in here.
Yeah, obviously. So I've got a video next week. We were Hamsley Forest, so it's just like showing around the trails. Nothing really, well, I said nothing really spectacular. Hamsley Forest is one of them where it's a trail centre, so it's more, it's like your mums and dads are going there on your cross-country bike sort of thing, so it's all gravel paths, so it's not really brilliant. So we went up to the jump line, done all the jumps, got the drone out, and that's another thing I'm trying to push with the content is make a difference from just your GoPro YouTuber. So I've got my 360 cam to show the new content in that. I've got my drone footage in there as well. So the Hamsley Forest video, a bit of off-piste, some trail centre stuff, and then kayaking on the Sunday, and then I think the week after I'm going to do what I'm going to ride tomorrow. So I'm going to go over at Beamish tomorrow. And then, like I say, one thing I do want to have an idea on is, like I was talking earlier about would people watch X content, is I'd like to do like a 2-week period where I upload a video every day. So for the likes of Bamburgh Castle, Revo Abbey, I've got loads of sick footage from lockdown when it was empty, and we just hopped over the fence, sent the drone up, and it's like that'd be fucking, I'd be in prison for doing that.
Content,
do you know what I mean? It's sick because nobody has that perspective because you can't do that normally, sort of thing. So stick that on. I've got like this content that I'm sat on. It's just like, would people watch it? And you always have that doubt in your mind, but like as I say a content creator, I'm fucking 3 weeks deep into it, but like do you know what I mean? You do need to think, you do have that doubt and think, oh, would the people watch it? And like one video that I did do where it was a bit sporadic, where I'd done me at Windmills, me at the skate park, and then me in my mate's car. In one 7 or 8 minute video, it was like you could see people were dropping off attention by like 2 minutes in, and then they're not even seeing the other bits of that video. So I think I'm going to do more like a 3 minute video of me with a drone, a 3 minute video of me at the skate park, and do it as like a 2 week series where I do a video for every day in that 2 week period and try and push that out.
I suppose trial and error though as well.
I want to get hard to get the content in the winter though, like is
for
like,
biking. Not really. It's obviously
You just
now
go out regardless.
dark night. Yeah, you just
What about, like, ice and that?
you become a mess. Well, that downhill race that we done, which is on like I said, my first YouTube video. That was like sheet ice in places and like proper wet, rooty sections where you literally the bike just goes. You can't do anything about it. We recently done again back to conditions. We done a race, Hard Rock, which is in the Dales Bike Centre. 28 miles. By the end of it, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. It was that deep.
Yeah,
seven hours deep, mate. Like fucking legs just gone. Last trail we were just sat down, like motorwing with your leg round corners and stuff to get round. But like your conditions, mate. You can ride in conditions, like you say. It's just content. It will take a bit of a hit. It's not your sunny bike park days where you're doing big jumps and that, but there is places like Hampstead Forest where you can ride in the wet conditions where it's more set up for families. But we ride, like I say, we like to ride the fucking more out there stuff. Like I say, Errington's the woods near us where we session, and that the lads there have been digging and they've made some massive jumps there. So I do want to try and get some tricks down on that big jump as well. So progress, mate, because that's what people like to see. They like to see progression. Yeah. And like I say, the content that I want to push is like vloggy style, where it's like me getting out the van, me getting the bike out, drone shots, and then like that is gonna set me aside different from like people on the chesty, and that's it sort of thing.
Yeah,
so
you get multiple perspectives rather than just that one.
And like the music side, I'm a DJ. That's my crack. So like me being able to show people tunes on them videos. I love that factor of it as well, do you know what I mean? And that side of the content, so I'm glad. And like I say, it has took a decent, the first 3 videos that I've done full biking videos, they've all like, after a week, done at least 500 views, say, within a couple of days sort of thing. So it sounds small, but like, I've got 100 subs, do you know what I mean? Like, it's only going to progress and snowball, and like I say, you just need, consistency is key. And with biking, like, content,
there's a market out there for
there
it.
Is, mate, yeah. And it won't be like, oh, when do you start making money off YouTube? It'll be a bike shop will give us a couple of free parts that I can do a giveaway, and then I'll get more subs.
From there.
Do you know what I mean? So like
sponsors,
exactly, mate. And that's why you want that team around you where you can do like, so say if the lads have fucking, I don't even know what, like, even my mate Tom, he loves tinkering my bikes. So I have a little section of a video where it's Tom's top tips, and it's him taking apart his frame and whatnot as like another daft little video. So he's set up his YouTube, but he's not pushing it as much. He's sort of building content. He's trying to do it more as his family based, because he's got his Becca and his lovely daughter Holly. They're trying to like, Holly's on the handlebar on like the frame and riding around sort of thing like that. That's like good content. So like I say, there is. It's just, it's a passion, do you know what I mean? I love
sounds
it, mate.
Bro, you can tell the way that you're talking about
Yeah. So,
nice one. Well, listen, I reckon on that one, guys, it's probably time to wrap it up. Jakey, thank you so much for coming down.
Much appreciated.
Absolutely.
Been a pleasure. Pleasure's mine.
I want to say a big shout out to the boys, Dean and Buddy.
Thank you very much, boys.
Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Obviously, hope that you like the video. Stay locked in for what we got coming next. See you all next time.
Share, boom.
Bosh. Watch them roads.
Watch them roads.